Hello. Ignore everything. 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 Okay? Except for the words that I'm saying. So, I'm gonna get into what I'm gonna say, obviously. But, now that anyone cares, I'm gonna update you. I have a chopstick in my hair because I can't find my clip. I have to do laundry today, and I just remembered, but I sat down and filmed this video regardless, because I decided to film this video 2 weeks ago. And I'm going to do my makeup so I can take a thumbnail photo for another video that I filmed, and I got tired of taking screenshots from the video, and just putting over it that yes, this is a screenshot from the video. So I'm gonna do my makeup to take thumbnail photos for that video and for this video, and maybe one more for good measure in case I forget for the next video. So that's what we're doing. Also, in case you didn't read the title, this is gonna be a shifting story, right? This one's a little bit different. Okay, so this shifting story, well, this experience happened like, I don't know, years ago, way before, one, I found out what shifting was, way before shifting even started popping off on TikTok, and way before I even started calling it shifting. Way back, right? Like years and years ago. So if you're new to my page, hello. I did see that some people started subscribing to me. Hi, if you subscribed purely for shifting content, you may not get what you desire. I know this is a shifting video, but I don't really make shifting videos. I only tell stories from time to time when I remember them. And when I try to shift. So, what was I saying? Anyway, that's it, right? Feel free to unsubscribe. But thank you to all my new subscribers that are actually maybe kind of interested in what I have to offer. Other than that. Right. So, way back on my channel, don't scroll, don't go watch those videos. They're awful. I don't take them down. I don't know why. But they're awful. Anyway, I was doing book reviews of one of my favorite book series. And that is the universe that I'm talking about in that's where I shifted to, right? So way back when, I was so desperate to go to this universe. So desperate. So, like, I was crying about it. Eternally. Sobbing. And I was like, I need to go here, right? Here's what happened. Okay, if you haven't read the books, it is the Unenchanted by Shadna Han. I think that's how you pronounce her name. That book series. And if you haven't finished it, you're probably not going to understand what I'm talking about. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It is kind of spoilery, though. It is kind of spoilery, this story. So if you're interested in it and you don't want to be spoiled, I guess this is goodbye. But otherwise. So, for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about and don't care to go read it, in the end, there is this Fae castle, right? Like for the Fae royals. And there is a stone bridge to get for, like, it connects like the land to like the castle, right? And there's like a moat, I guess. Not a moat. I don't know, water under the bridge, right? And there's trolls under this bridge. Anyway, I manifested, I guess, to the edge of the bridge, like the very edge of the bridge, like you're about to get on the bridge, to this castle. And I was like, this little It's a little strange. Mind you, this story is from years and years and years ago, right? I just remembered that this happened 2 weeks ago and forgot about it until right now. So some of the details might be a little fuzzy and I might be going back and forth, but basically I was on the edge of the bridge and I was like, oh, where am I? And I recognized it and I was like, oh, okay, well, I am, I guess, where I wanted to be. And I kind of low-key started tripping out, but I was also very excited. So I was trying to keep cool on the outside, right? And I'm crossing this bridge, and there are trolls underneath this bridge. So the trolls, if you are an unwelcome guest, these trolls will eat you. And I was so not trying to be eaten by these trolls. So, and mind you, I am in this place without a script, right? Scripting wasn't even a thing when I did this in my world. So, I'm just crossing and pretending like I am totally not afraid of being eaten right now. And I make it all the way to the front door. I don't know why there weren't any guards there. That's a little sus to me thinking about it now. And I knock on the door. This lady, I guess she's a maid or something, answers. And I was like, hi, I forgot what I told her. I don't know if I told her that, like, I didn't know where I was or something, right? But she asked me for my name. And I don't exactly remember what I told her, but I remember that I included something about El Cinder, which, if you haven't read the books, that's the name that Mina uses when she ends up at basically like a wife competition for, it was like a suiting ceremony, but it's not a ceremony. It was basically like, it was low-key like The Bachelor or The Bachelorette or whatever, except that there was like, it was legit competition. Like, it wasn't you were going on a bunch of dates. Like, you had to complete these trials. You had to complete these trials to a satisfaction in order to continue in the contest or whatever, to be the queen of the Fey world and the wife of, we'll get into his name, of the dude. And I said, like, I made up a name, but I slipped in El Cinder just in case Mina was still the queen. Then she would kind of get, like, my drift of, like, I don't really know why I'm here, but I'm trying not to die immediately. Right? So, the lady shuts the door, she leaves. I'm just like standing there like, please don't throw me in the water. Like, I get it if you chase me out into that dangerous freaking forest, because the forest there is super, like, it's, oh, I don't know how to survive in the Fey world. Like, I understand if you kick me out, but please just don't throw me in the water. I'd rather go into the forest, because if I get thrown in the water, one, I'm not a fast swimmer. Two, there are trolls in that water, and I'm gonna die. I'm gonna get eaten. So, she comes back, this lady, right? She comes back, and she, like, leads me to a room, I think. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, okay, yeah. She leads me to this room, and I'm like, to, like, wait or something, right? And I'm just kind of sitting there on the chair, and I'm looking around, and this room, it looked a little familiar. This room is the room that Mina gets assigned, I guess, right? When she passes the first, is it the first trials? Yeah, when she passes the first trials, obviously, it was an easy test, so that's, like, just to knock down the numbers. And she gets assigned a room, and I was in that room. I was in the sitting room of that room because it's like a big room section thing. And I was like, okay, this could be a very good sign. This could be a coincidence, or this could be a very bad sign. I was deciding not to make my decision right then and there. So I'm still kind of like on guard, but I'm trying to think about like, not even how did I get here? Why am I here? Nothing. I was just like, what'll happen if I get attacked? Because unlike Mina, I don't have any special abilities. Right? So I was looking around and I opened a door. And I don't know if this is how it's in the books, like if they're connected, but I end up in this hallway. And I'm like, this hallway also looks familiar. This hallway is the hallway that has the fountain. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there is this fountain that Mina uses to... Let me think. I'm trying to remember the sequence of events. I think so. Yeah. No. Yeah. So, this is the fountain that Mina well, during the competition, right? She is... I forgot why she was in this fountain. To be honest with you, I don't remember why she was here. It's because there's two scenes with Mina in the castle in the books, and I can't remember which comes first. But regardless, it's just like it's like a fountain. It's like not a bathing fountain, but it's like it's got a water fountain, right? And then it's got a pool for the water. And then it's got plants around it. Like I think it's just like a water fountain, but it's like big enough to bathe in, right? So I end up in this hallway with the fountain in it, and I was like, oh snap, this is the fountain, right? At this point, I'm like, if I die, I mean, I die. That sucks, but at least I get to see all this cool stuff, right? Before I die. And so then I'm at the fountain, and some like guy walks in, right? I don't remember what age I was, but he was like around. He looked like he was around my age when this happened. And I was like, oh. And he's like, what are you doing here, right? Something like that. The conversation between us, I don't quite remember. But it was something like that. And he was... So then I was like, I'm lost. Which, to be fair, I was a little lost. And he said something. And we, like, low-key got into an argument. But it wasn't that serious. And he... Somehow, actually, we end up in the fountain. Right? Soaking wet. I don't remember if I pushed him in, or if he pushed me in, or if I tripped and he tripped and somebody dragged the other person along. I don't know. But we're both there. And we ended up just splashing around, because he's super serious, right? He's like, oh, I'm all wet. No, I'm like, I am also all wet, dude. You live here. Like, you have spare clothes. And then, I don't remember how, but I think he told me that he lives there, like he's the prince or somebody. No. Maybe? Something like that. But I don't think I knew he was the prince, but I do remember telling him something like, I'm the one that doesn't have any spare clothes, my guy. Like, I don't have anything else to wear except for what I'm wearing, which I don't remember what I was wearing, but yeah. And so he splashed at me, and I splashed at him, and we started splashing at each other and kind of laughing about it, which is weird because I hate splashing. Like, I like, when I get in a pool, I don't like splashing. Like, I'm not the type. And, so then we get caught by, I guess, a servant or a butler or something, like a maid or somebody, and they're like appalled that we're splashing around in this fountain. I think that's when I found out that he was the prince. I don't know why I didn't ask, but it was like I don't know. I knew he was like there, but I don't remember what he had told me. And that he was like supposed to be there, not like me, who was there on kind of accident. And I was like, oh, I'm getting so much trouble. They're gonna kill me now. But this dude, right, his name is William, which is interesting. I don't know why his name is William. And so then, I don't know how, I guess they brought me spare clothes or something. I changed, and they were like, the king and queen would like to have dinner with you, to talk with you. And I was like, so, right, I start freaking out. And, I get dressed, I go to dinner. And I see Mina. She's still queen. I was like, cool. And she has me, okay, so, this is the table, right? The king, who, I call him Tegu, don't know how to pronounce his name. It's like Teague. It's probably like Tiago or something. I call him Tegu. He sits right here. Mina sits right here, which is his queen, right? She has me sit right next to her. Which, to be fair, with the way that Tegu was staring at me, I was fine with, because at least she was in between us. She takes a liking to me. She's, like, chatting with me a little bit, and I'm, like, trying to, like, hint to her, like, hey, girl, I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not a fae. I'm not somebody that was trying to come to the fae world. Like, I'm not supposed to be here. But please don't kill me. Right? And these are not, they're like never even. It always bothers me. Anyway, so then she's looking at me like, I know what you did I know what you did, right? She's giving me that look. And I'm like, please don't kill me. Because Tegu looks like he wants to kill me. He looks unamused. He looks uninterested. He looks like, I don't know, like, I did the worst thing ever. Like, he did not like me. And I was like, okay. And, oh, I was gonna use this. My bad. And then, in walks William, right? And I don't know. Okay, no, maybe there was a point where I found out he was Prince, right? I can't remember exactly when it was. It might have been here, though. Where I was like, you're the spawn. You're the son of Tegu and Mina. You are the Prince of the Feylands. That's great. That's wonderful. And so then, I'm like, I'm gonna die here, right? And William finally sits down or whatever. Tegu already knows about our splash in the fountain. Mina thinks it's funny. Tegu does not. He is unamused. He is not cool. He's not cool at all. And I was like, please don't kill me though. And he makes some sort of comment. Like, this was a very, like, tense conversation, right? And he makes some sort of comment about, something. About me being, like, human or something like that. Or being, like... He made some sort of comment. I forgot what it was. And I got so fed up that I literally got up from the table and I left. I literally left. I ran all over that palace. Finally found the front door. Yeah, I ran all over the palace. Finally found the front door. I think this is what happened. And I ran out and across the bridge into the forest that I was so freaked out about earlier. I guess I was just like, I'm gonna take my chances with the forest because he's gonna kill me and it's not gonna be for any logical reason, and I'm just not down for that. And I literally stopped at, like, I wasn't that far into the forest, but I literally stopped, found a log, sat on it, and started crying. Then I was like, why did I do that? Why did I do that? Why did I do that? Why did that happen? And Mina, the queen, she comes, she finds me. She sits down on this log with me. And I was like, I'm so sorry. Please don't kill me. Like, I don't know where I am. I'm just trying to get back. Like, please do not kill me. I didn't mean any disrespect. I don't even know where I am, what's going on, da 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 da. And she's like, it's okay. I understand, Miss da 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 L Cinder, right? And I was like, do you know? And she's like, I figured. I don't remember what it was that I was hiding so much, or why I wanted to hint to her or something. Like, I can't remember. It was something like kind of deeper. And she was like, why don't you come back? I'll talk to my husband. It's fine. Like, he was being pretty mean to you. Why don't you come back and we can figure out on getting you home. I have a seam ripper or something like that. If you don't know what a seam ripper is, it's basically like a seam ripper, right? Like in sewing, kind of. And it will like make a hole between the human realm and the Fae realm. And you can just like jump through it and like, you know, just go in between worlds. And I was like, okay, cool. So you're not gonna kill me, right? Basically. And she's like, no, like, you're fine. You're safe. We'll send you home, like, tomorrow. Like, why don't you rest for the night? It's been a very eventful day. Why don't you rest for the night? And... oh! Actually, thinking about it now, I think no, I don't remember if after dinner. Okay, wait. Let me just continue with what I was saying. So basically, like, you'll rest for the night, and we'll get you home tomorrow. And the way that, okay, so if you don't know, the way that time works in the Fae realm, it moves so much faster than in the human realm in this universe, right? So I was like, yeah, okay, like I can wait the day. And so then I go back. She takes me back to my room. I don't remember what we were talking about. I never told her that her world is like a book in my world. I just felt like that wasn't important information to be disclosing. And she never asked. She, like, never knew. Which, you know, I feel like she might have known on the low key. Because, like, the Fae realm was just a book in her world. She didn't even know that, like, it actually existed. Anyway, and I go back to my room, and I can't remember if I feel like the fountain scene actually happens after dinner. Because there's another scene in my head that's playing right now as I'm thinking about it, where I run into the prince. The prince is unamused with me, right? As he was. And I was like... I think it did happen after dinner. I met him at dinner, didn't really talk to him, and he was, like, unamused. He was like his father, like, he didn't like me. But I feel like he didn't like me because his father didn't like me, you know? And so then... yeah, he was just, like... he was saying something, right? And I think he pushed me into the fountain. Is what happened. Is he pushed me into the fountain, and I was like, excuse you. So I just like something. And I think I got up and like pulled him into the fountain with me. And he was like, how dare you do that, right? Like, I'm the prince. And I was like, yes, Mr. Prince, the one that has clothes. Like, the one that has stuff that he can change into. The one that freaking lives here. And then I think that's when we got into a mini splashing war. And at first we didn't like each other. It's not exactly like enemies. It's more like we just didn't like each other. I didn't like how like pretentious he was being, if that's the word. And he just didn't like me for some reason. So then we were laughing, and then we got caught by somebody. I think it was. I don't think it was. It might have been his dad. I can't remember. All right, and we like parted ways. No, did we? I don't think we parted ways. I genuinely can't remember, but we were getting along. Okay, we're just gonna time skip, right? I don't know what's there, but we're skipping over it. We were getting along. All my stories are so long, even if they're so short. I'm sorry. We were getting along, right? And like, I think he started to develop a crush on me. Pretty sure he did. And I was kind of starting to develop a crush on him, but I was like, I need to get back home though. Like, I need to go back. Like, I can't just stay here. And he was like, well, like, why not? You know? And I was like, you know what? Like, I have like family. I have like people. I have like, you know, people I have to return to. And he's like, well, I mean, I guess, but like, I don't get it at the same time. And I was like, it's what it is, you know? Like, I can't just stay here and like not go back. So, I think I slept on it, right? And in the morning, I was like rushing to leave. Either I think at a point in time, so at some point I was like, you know what? Yeah, you know what? Like, I'll just stay longer. You know, I may not be able to stay forever, but I might be able to stay like longer, right? And I guess I slept on it and realized that was not the move. I can't just stay here. Humans aren't supposed to survive in the Fey realm. Like, that's part of the lore, right? Humans can't survive in the Fey realm for some reason. Like, it's hard. And so I was like, you know what? I gotta go. I have to go. Like, I'm not gonna just die here. And he didn't know. I rushed. I was like rushing the whole process. And so Charlie, Mina's brother, was actually he became like a knight or something, and he was gonna escort me home, right? He was gonna use a Seam Ripper. He was gonna escort me home. And so I was like, we gotta do this quickly though. Like, move it, right? Seam Rip it. We go through to this particular spot. I guess you can control where you land if you think about like where you're gonna go. This particular spot that was like kind of deserted in this neighborhood I lived in at the time, and we go through it's like a circle, right? It's like closing, and I can see William on the other side. And he's like running to try and catch us, and he's like, you can't just leave. He's like, no. He's like shouting my name, right? And I was like looking at him really sad, and then I like looked away because I'm like, I'm sorry. I think I actually said like, I'm sorry, I have to go. And so mean, so dramatic. I'm actually kind of like tearing up thinking about it now though. And Charlie, Charlie's mute, I believe. Like, he doesn't speak. So he's kind of just looking at me like, kind of like sad, but like not sad for himself, more like sad for the situation that just happened. And I'm like, I have to go back. Like, I can't stay there. I can't survive there. And it was him and somebody else. I don't remember who else was with us. Like, another like person from like the Fae royalty house or something. And we walk all the way to my house. And I was like, I turn around, I'm like, can you tell him goodbye for me? Like, I didn't say goodbye. He's gonna be really, really upset. I was like, but can you also not tell him where I am? Can you also not just tell him where I am? I don't need him popping up in my world. And yeah, I walked into my house and went back into my body. That was interesting. See, because if you saw my other shifting video, like the way that I shift isn't falling asleep or even an awake method. It's in like through a meditative state, I guess. And that's the story. And I used to like kind of see him. I guess it's kind of shifting. It was almost like shifting to a waiting room, but he was there, you know? And I haven't seen him for like 4 years, maybe. And I'm too scared to see him now. Cause like, I don't know, you know, there are people that like, that have their scripts of 3113. That time like will stop when they leave, and then when they come back, like time resumes. I don't think that's how it works. For this particular stuff that I was doing, like time resumed. Every time I saw him again, like time had passed. Not only had I grown, but like he had grown as well. If you're curious about what he looked like and you sat through all of that, he was like taller. He had like this dark brown hair and with like parts of it that were red and glittery. And he had brown eyes. I think he had brown eyes with like red in them, which is like part of the lore or something like that. I don't know, because his dad did not like me. I didn't think his dad was gonna like me. His dad didn't like me, and I haven't seen him since, and I'm too scared to see him again. So, William, if you're watching this and you did manage actually to come to this world or something, I don't know how that works. I am not who you think I am. It's not me. Anyway, yeah, now I'm kind of sad thinking about it, but thank you for your time, and you will see me in the next video. Bye.